Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome back. We are, after a short break, back on track. Happy to be here with you, friends. No place that I would rather be. As far as my absence, there's a few things I could say about that. The first being, I'll be honest, I thought it was best to take some time off after that last show, which happens to be one of our most controversial and most viewed and most well-attended shows. And it appears that there have been, I suppose you would call it blowback from me doing that show. So before we begin tonight's presentation, which is going to be on David Wilcock's newest scammy scam, and I'm calling it a scammy scam. Before we get into that, there's some things that I want to correct or address. First of all, many people made a lot of assumptions about my having this Anjali on the show. Assumptions which are incorrect. And I have been horrified over the past week listening to people put words in my mouth, say things I never said, assert things I never asserted. So let me be the first to correct everyone. First of all, there was several other show hosts that did shows being very critical of me for even hosting her. Next, people attacked me for apologizing to her. And for those unaware, I had previously said that her background was probably fake, her military service was probably made up, I doubt she worked for the DIA, and that her friends that she's discussing in her stories are probably just her imaginary friends. I said those things before I had facts in hand. In other words, I did something I always say you shouldn't do, which I did. I put my mouth in gear before having the facts in hand. So I don't understand people attacking me for apologizing, for correcting myself, both to the person that I was speaking about, because that was wrong, and correcting myself in front of my audience. Attacking me for doing the right thing, the ethical thing, the honest thing, and admitting I was wrong and made a mistake and correcting that mistake, you're essentially saying that I should just lie about people, and then when I get caught, and the truth comes out that what I said was factually inaccurate or a lie, I lied, or I made these facts up that weren't accurate, that I should just not say anything. I'm sorry, but I disagree with that. There was even one show, which, by the way, was a YouTube channel populated by bots. This guy had something like 6,000 subscribers, and yet he does a video about me, and in 48 hours, the video only reached 300 views. There's a reason for that. That's because that guy's subscribers are fake. There's no way on God's green earth, if you have 6,000 subscribers, that you release a video and it only gets 300 views in 2 days. The numbers don't add up. That guy was botted out the wazoo. A quick look at his comments. Great video, great video, great video, great video. Also revealed to me that even the comments on this guy's channel were fake people. Chinese bot farms, Indian bot farms. But in his video, he asserted that I was taking advantage of a mentally ill woman in order to profit. And that was disgusting. Well, I asked this Anjali person if there's a possibility she was schizophrenic or mentally ill on Twitter before the interview. I asked her during the interview if there's a possibility that this is just mental illness. There is no evidence to suggest that she is mentally ill. Now, people may have an opinion that she is. Great. But it's not like this other show host could have called a mental hospital and say, excuse me, was this Anjali person in your mental hospital? Because that would prove that she had mental illness. Because of the HIPAA laws, nobody is going to tell you if somebody was in a mental hospital. Now, we're going on just faith. This Anjali said, no, I'm not mentally ill. Don't have a history of mental illness. It's not mental illness. Okay. I guess the next thing that I have to address is all these people, including other show hosts, who are trashing me, saying I said things I never said. If You're attempting to turn audience members away from me, and you are straight lying in your videos about things I never said. That, of course, is slander, because you are attempting to damage my reputation, and you're using easily proven lies in order to damage my reputation. Now, I'm not going to turn into, Corey Good and start suing people who are saying these things, even though it's my right to do so, because you're straight lying. Listen, lying through your teeth on a public video trying to damage somebody's reputation is very dangerous. First of all, that's against YouTube terms of service. You could lose your whole YouTube channel for doing that. Second of all, there are laws in this country and nobody is above them. You can't go on the internet and just lie about people in order to damage their reputation, or they have legal recourse. Now, the clowns that are lying through their teeth and saying things they never said aren't really worth it to me, But it's just worthy of noting that these are some of the things that happened after this interview. Some of the examples that I could give is that these two idiot show hosts said that I said, because her background is real, I believe her. Never said that. Never said that. I did say her background is real. I said her education is real. Her military service is real and correct. And her work employment history that she provided, to the best of my research capabilities and verification, is real. Never said that I believe her alien stories are real. I said that her background is real. And it should be noted, we have all seen hundreds of people that have come out with these fantastical alien stories, and then we find out they're not who they say they are. Some examples I could give, I don't know, Dan Burrish, right? Fantastical alien story, claims he was working at Area 51. Turns out he was a security guard at a Las Vegas casino while he was supposed to be working at Area 51. Turns out a lot of his education was embellished or not correct. Let's see, Randy Kramer. This guy claims that he's a military veteran and nobody can verify his military service. He claims it's because it's top secret and the military covered it all up because he was a super soldier fighting mantid and reptilian aliens on Mars. Sure. Gee. Bob Lazar. Education completely and totally fake and made up. Employment history impossible to verify. He claims he was a senior staff level physicist at Lawrence Livermore Labs. I'm sorry, they'd be able to tell you that he was a senior staff level physicist, and they won't, and they don't, because Bob Lazar, it turns out, embellished and lied about his entire background. He didn't go to MIT. He didn't go to Caltech. He never worked as a senior staff level physicist, and it burns me up every time somebody calls him former government scientist. There's no evidence or proof that he was ever a scientist. So this Anjali person comes along and, I made these assumptions that she was probably fake too. Turns out her background is real. Now, again, people are saying that I said because she's telling the truth about her background, she's telling the truth about the aliens. Never said that. People are saying that I'm telling people they should believe her because her background is real. No, but I was willing to give her the benefit of the doubt and hear more parts of her story. These two clowns said that my interview was exactly like Jimmy Church's interview. I disagree. Jimmy Church didn't find the mountain. Jimmy Church did not verify her employment history. He did not verify her military service. He did not verify her education. I did all of that. That's called moving the ball forward. Just letting somebody say they were educated here or there, or say they were in the military, or say they worked for the DIA, and not checking on it before the interview, to me, is lazy and stupid, especially given the amount of people in this UFO world of crazy that turn out to be fake. So I checked those things. Also, Jimmy Church did not find her friend Wayne, his mansion, his mountain. I did. So to compare his interview to mine is laughable to me. And in fact, there was a not to toot my own horn, but I will. There was a Twitter poll. 150 people responded, and I think it was 78% I had the better interview. These two people said that I did a softball interview. I'm sorry. I pushed her as hard as I could and asked as hard as questions that I could without being disrespectful, argumentative, or nasty to her. And I had to do that because I promised her that I would be respectful. So I did the best that I could. It's a very difficult situation, and I find myself in an even more difficult situation because now my inbox is flooding with people begging me to tell them where the mountain is. People are making plans to have expeditions to go to the mountain without this Wayne's permission. And first of all, it's private property. You can't just go walking on somebody's private land. That would be criminal. Second of all, I'm in a bad position here because I promised this Anjali person that I would not reveal the name or location of this place until she's had time to do her expedition and provide us the proof that she's promised us. Now, it's almost the end of September. She's promised to go do this expedition by the end of December. That means that we've got 90 days. 90 days. A little over 90 days. 100 days, right? 98, it looks like, right? Thereabouts. So we've got to wait 98 days to see if she's going to come through with the proof or not. I'm content to wait that 98 days, but there are literally people emailing me, calling me, begging me, or then also there are people accusing me saying that I'm in on some kind of scam. People who have known me know that I've dedicated I just saw my anniversary pop up on Facebook. I started my previous show, the Midnight Hour Show, 6 years ago. So for 6 years, I've been covering UFOs, and specifically spending a lot of time covering UFO conners, scammers, and people selling horseshit. It doesn't make any sense that I would do that to me. I mean, does it make any sense that I would spend 6 years of my life, right, covering and revealing UFO scams and alien scams to the public, and then suddenly I'm going to take part in a UFO and an alien scam? And by the way, just to be fair, I've given this person the benefit of the doubt. Do I believe her? It's hard to say. I believe that she believes that she had a real experience. But do I believe that she's going to provide the proof of the aliens? I'm unconvinced. Because we've seen things like this before. But what made this story unique to me is, first of all, her background and education and work history are real. Why is somebody that's a highly educated woman who worked for the government and the U.S. military suddenly coming out talking about aliens? And plus her DIA connections. It seems strange to me. Next, like I said, she's a bit of a unicorn because her background is real. Third, I found the mountain. The mountain's real, okay? Now, do I believe there's an alien base inside that mountain? No. Well, I don't know. I don't think so. I believe it's very, very unlikely, right? But what if it's not? It would be the biggest story in the history of humanity. And I guess, a little selfishly, I would want to be a part of that story. I think it's a great story no matter what happens in December. I see Out of Mind here mentioning December will come and go and the crazy fraud lady will fade back into obscurity. That's an excellent possibility of what may happen here. I think that it is fair to give her the 98 days left in her hard deadline. That's another thing. These people, if they're scammers, they're usually smart, and they won't give a hard deadline because that hard deadline will come and go, and they'll look stupid when the proof doesn't materialize. She's given us a hard deadline by the end of the year. Now, do I think it's a possibility that she'll start kicking the can? Yes. Yes, I do. But my agreement is just to keep that location and the name of this gentleman secret until the end of December. So at the end of December, and I should also mention that during this time, and also my absence from live shows, I haven't let up. I'm continuing to dig into this Anjali, her background, her relationships, who she's working with, and so far, what I can say is she's backpedaled on the profiteering side. She said in the interview that she's not looking for money from this, and I don't know if that is the case or not. The only thing that I've been able to find that she may have made money from is this online contact conference. But I'm going to ask her, did she Was she paid for that? Because I'm sure the other speakers, like Whitley Strieber and others, were paid for talking at the conference. I don't know if she was or wasn't yet. We're going to find out. That was a very pricey conference. I think that was like $400 to hear Whitley Strieber and a bunch of other people that are less than credible and only have stories and zero evidence, like Chris Bledsoe and Whitley Strieber, a few other people were in on that conference. Not very credible people, if you ask me. And if I were to give her advice, I would say to stay away from the UFO community and its conferences, because it's not doing her any good, right? A lot of these conferences not doing any good. So I guess, the other thing I would say is we're continuing to dig into the story, and I'm not going to sit idly by and just wait for her to provide the proof and then do something. I'm actively right now looking into more of her background, more of her history. I'm looking into some of the people, including this Wayne construction company owner. I'm looking into all things that I can concerning this story. But I got to tell you that there is other people that are also looking into the story and collaborating and sharing information with me. So there's going to be more to this Anjali story. It's a complicated story, and you can't cover that in one run. Now, to the people who are blasting me for hosting her, I get it. People are saying she's crazy. People are saying she's a scammer. People are saying she's never going to provide the proof or the evidence. I think all of the above may be true. We don't know yet. But I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I have been very harsh on some of these people. So I guess when I found somebody who wasn't lying about their background, I was a little bit interested, because regardless of how this story turns out, it's still a crazy story. This woman from the military and the DIA suddenly talking about aliens, meeting aliens in a base. I thought it was a good story. And I guess I can blame people like C.W. Channer, because he kind of woke me up to the fact that you don't have to just watch these stories or listen to them on the internet. You can become a part of the story. And here I did become a part of the story. Now, as far as other show hosts who are trying to turn audience members away from me with lies, people aren't stupid. If you're going to go on your stream and say that I said this and I said that and I said this and I said that and I didn't say any of that stuff, that's something of a problem, because people are going to listen to the interview and realize that you're full of it and I didn't say any of that stuff. People see through that. And if all you have in your attempt to turn people against me is lies in your arsenal, it's not going to work out so well for you. Yeah, I don't know what we have going on in the chat now. 129, can you not do that? It's a little bit distracting, especially posting the same thing over and over again. Is it 129, 139? And who's Jim Cornette? Great. I guess we're under troll attack. Oh, and that brings me to my next talking. Yeah, I have a point to make about Mikey Horn. Mikey Horn went on Goofon, and he said all kinds of smack about Cal Korff, about me. We should debate him and all of this stuff. I never agreed to debate Mikey Horn. I think the Billy Meyer case is absolutely ridiculous, and anybody stupid enough to look at those trash can lid models hanging from strings and think that's a real alien spaceship is an idiot, including Mikey Horn. And, people don't know this or maybe aren't aware of this, but after outing him for using a child molester as a source, his sock puppet accounts, maybe some of the UFO cult members, I don't know what's going on in the chat, but maybe some of these UFO cult members of Billy Myers have been continually harassing me for years now. I've told Mikey Horn 10 times, do not contact me again. Don't write about me in your blog, slandering me, making false statements. That's harassment. I've at least 10 times I've said through email, don't contact me again. Don't email me. Don't message me. Don't DM me. Don't write about me in your blog. I will consider that a form of harassment. And I'm going to be contacting law enforcement if you continue. He's still sending me emails. He's sending me emails daily, right? So, and I did see the super chats here. We're going to get to them. I apologize. And look, I don't want to start blocking people, but I don't want this Jim Cornette messages to continue because it's filling up the entire chat. So that's probably Mikey Horn. Let me get over to the live chat and just start muting folks. If that's what we got to do because people are acting the fool, then that's what we're going to do. Bear with me, friends. So Mikey Horn is continuing to message me, and I messaged him today and told him, and I'm going to follow through with this. If he messages me one more time, I'm going to contact law enforcement, and I'm going to file a criminal complaint against him, and I'm going to attempt to get a restraining order or whatever it is you got to do, order of protection to keep him from contacting me. It's risen to that level of harassment. Now, let me see, friends. Just bear with me. All right. Now we're going to have to start muting people who are attacking the live chat. Yeah, great. One second, friends. Bear with me. I don't know where all the mods are tonight. Normally they would do something about this. Yeah, and I don't know what kind of person would do that. Like, really? You click on the message, William Pixley, and then you put the user in timeout. Yeah, this is Mikey Horn trying to disrupt our show because he's a bitter, angry little man. That's what this is. Sock puppet accounts, right? Oh, Jolly Bridge Burner, it doesn't work like that. Well, who is this joker and why is he disrupting our chat? There's how many accounts here? They're all numbered accounts. I'm putting them all in timeout, I guess, because somebody's just continuing to copy and paste something, and this is. Yeah, let me see if we can't get rid of this person disrupting our chat. I apologize for that, friends. Okay, users' messages will be hidden. Great. So, but he's got 20 accounts, so I have to. Jeez. How do you throw the guy out of the chat? I want them all thrown out of the chat. If there's any mods in here, just throw them all out of the chat. It's Anton Weiderberg, the troll dude who runs these scripts. We've been dealing with him for months. Great. So how am I on this guy's list of people to attack with scripts? I'm reporting every one of these accounts right now, but it doesn't do anything to stop it from right now continuing to disrupt the live chat. And are you sure, Jolly Bridge Burner, you know who this is and it's not Mikey Horn and his idiot UFO cult? I don't know. This guy's got like 100 accounts, so how am I even supposed to do this? Like, how am I even supposed to get them all in timeout if he's using 20 accounts at once, right? And we're gonna get to the super chats because somebody just sent me 7,000 CRC, whatever that is. I gotta look that up. I've learned not to get excited when you see a big number. Oh, okay. It's $11.20. It's Costa Rican money, so that's good. All right, let me see here if we can't do something about Mr. Spammer, right? All right, I see Lee Veltman is here, and he's deleting. these accounts, right? How do you just get rid of the guy? Can't you just boot him from the chat? This is ridiculous. I have never seen this, friends. I have never seen somebody running scripts inside my live chat, disrupting the live chat, copying and pasting. I have never seen that before here. This is a first. And, yeah. And why don't you leave, you loser? Yeah, I don't even know why this is happening. This is definitely new. This is definitely new. Yeah, I don't know what else to do here. Keep putting every one of these accounts in timeout mods. I'm going to continue with tonight's presentation. That's all I can do. 148 now. Like, how does this guy have this many accounts, right? Jeez, God. Yeah, if I have to just keep doing this through the whole show, it is disruptive to the show. What? It's scripted. How do you put chat in slow mode for 10 seconds, Lee Veltman? I'm not even sure how to do that. Let me see if I can't do that. No, I'm not sure how to do that, Lee Veltman. Make it subs only. Yeah. I don't know how to do that either. Yeah, I guess we'll just keep putting these spam accounts in it. Jeez, God, this is annoying. Check your Twitter DMs. All right, 1 second. Channel settings. Yeah, that's a little hard to do in the middle of a show, Jolly Bridge Burner. Now it's letting me block the users, so I'm just going to continue to block them, I guess. This is ridiculous. All right, let's try to. This is great. I'm talking about people harassing me like Mikey Horn, and suddenly, for the first time ever, there's somebody running scripts in our live chat, disrupting the live chat. Right? Great. Great. 1 second, friends. Let me see what I can do here. I am going to... I just, now they're going to try to disrupt the live show. These bitter, angry little people, right? And I don't know, Jolly Bridgeburner, you're saying you know who this person is? Who is it? And what is he attacking our live chat for? Because if I didn't know better, considering the exchange that I had with Mikey Horn earlier, I would say that was him. Or one of his UFO brainwashed cult members doing this. Yeah. What can I say? All right, we're going to go to the super chats. We're going to go to the super chats and praise some cash. So we've had 3 so far. We've had Patrick Sheehan with message deleted, $9.99, kind and generous super chat donation. We've had Christian Aguilera, 7,000 Costa Rican dollars, who says, interview was good. You made the tough questions. She was respectful. So were you. If you trash every character out there, you will have no show. Keep up the good work. And Inzane with a kind and generous super chat, $7.50 donation. Yeah, and to the mods, just keep blocking every one of these accounts. They must have hundreds. I don't understand how you can just have accounts named numbers on YouTube. I don't understand how YouTube's algorithm won't automatically block somebody that's continually. Yeah, everyone report those as harassment to YouTube, and those accounts should be deleted, right? I'm blocking them as they come through, so there's that. Let me see if we can get into praising the cash. So I want to thank the kind and generous super chat donators who are helping us to keep the show going. Praise the cash, friends.
You're watching Truthseekers. Praise the cash, praise the cash. Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash. Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash.
So praise the cash. I want to thank all the kind and generous people who are helping us to continue moving the show forward. Yeah, and again, anybody see these messages from this clown, just report him for harassment. If you're a mod, block them. I appreciate the help and support of the moderators because I can't run the show and deal with this at the same time. I will try to watch and block as many as I can. Eventually, these clowns get tired, or they expend their 100 fake accounts that they use to harass people with. Amazing. Yeah. I don't understand how we can't. Yeah, I keep putting them in timeout. I don't know. The StreamYard lets me block users, but I keep getting an error message every time I try to block the users. Yeah, you can't block just timeout. Great. I'm blocking and on the StreamYard side, and it's not working. It's giving me an error. An error occurred. Try refreshing the page. I don't think I want to do that. All right, so we're going to just continue with the show. Harasser. And it's such a ridiculous, stupid message saying, like, okay. I don't know why it's not letting me block users from StreamYard now. Yeah, JC Denton is asking, why would somebody do this on this type of channel? It's one of my haters. That's what it is. It's somebody trying to disrupt the show. We'll just ignore them. Mods, just keep on. Look at that. What is this garbage? Yeah, we'll put on the screen. Bok Bok Bish. This is that karma guy. This is that gray karma guy that's always talking about the Jews, Lee Veltman, right? This is Mikey Horn. So congratulations, Mikey Horn, you bitter, angry little man. I'm going to the police tomorrow in your home state, and I am going to file harassment charges against you. And I hope that the police subpoena your internet records and find out that this is you. And if that's the case, I am going to take legal steps. Again, you're not going to harass me. You're not going to threaten me. You're not going to intimidate me. And you're not going to disrupt my show here, you bitter, angry little loser of a man. Let's share some fun stuff from this clown. I didn't even think Mikey Horn was smart enough to run scripts, right? Apparently he is. Triggered by the truth. Truth haters try transparently treacherous trap. Yeah, now, after asking for a debate on Rich Goofon's show, now loser Mikey Horn is saying that we tried to trap him, right? In the spirit of Rich, you'll hear from my lawyer, Gofon. Yeah, and he's posting private messages. You know that's illegal, right? And here's my message. I have asked you 10 times for you to not contact me ever again. This is harassment. I know where you live, and I've saved all your harassing emails and blog posts involving me. Use my name or contact me again, and I'm contacting local law enforcement and filing a criminal complaint against you. Right? And listen, he's telling me, please do contact law enforcement, though, so I can show them your degenerate, defamatory stuff about me. So there, your mama. Why is he bringing my dead mother into this? What did my dead mother do to you, Mikey Horn, you bitter, angry little man? My mother's dead. Why are you going to bring up my mother, my dead mother? Right? Is that what those super advanced extraterrestrials want you to do as a spokesperson for a man in contact with super advanced extraterrestrials? Insult somebody's dead mother in an email? This is how childish and stupid Mikey Horn is. Mikey Horn is an idiot. Mikey Horn wants you to believe that his lord and cult master, Billy Meyer, is in contact with super advanced extraterrestrial beings, right? And Billy Meyer is apparently okay with his media spokesperson harassing people for years on end and insulting people's dead relatives in emails and threatening people in emails. Does that sound like a guy who's in contact with super advanced spiritual extraterrestrials? Such love and light? Yeah, and now he's posting private emails that I never gave him permission to post on his public blog. He's posting private messages that Rich from Goofon never gave him permission to post on his public blog. Rich calls him Dr. Evil. Dr. Evil, we will be doing the show Wednesday night at 9 p.m. That's tomorrow. So Cal Corf's going to be there. If you have any left in your ball bag, you'll show up, and I'll send you the link 30 minutes before, just like we did last time you embarrassed yourself. Cal will be there waiting again for you to not show up. I can hear the excuses now. Wednesday night won't work for me. I'm shampooing Meyer's hair. Or I'm already giving lip service to the newest hoaxer, Travis Walton, on Wednesday, the 22nd. If you show... we know why. Be there or be you. Listen, and now he's starting to say that this must be an oversight on Corf's part. Desire to have a fail and polite. It's not a problem, though, because I'm fully prepared to host this debate on my channel. See, here we go. Here we go with Mikey Horn weaseling out of the debate with Cal Corf yet again. He agreed to a debate with Cal Corf on my show, weaseled out of it at the last minute. He is the one who asked for the debate on Rich Goofon's show, and now he's weaseling out of it saying, I'll host a debate on my channel. Why is that? So you can mute the person you're debating if you don't like what they say and you can talk over them? You're a coward and a weakling, Mikey Horn. And your trash can lid UFOs are a joke. Anybody that looks at that and doesn't laugh at it is an idiot. And you are an idiot for dedicating your entire life to this stupid UFO cult built on trash can lid UFOs hung from strings, you dummy. Yeah, and now he's attacking Rich Giordano just like he attacked me. Look at that. It's Rich Giordano's fault that he doesn't have the balls to show up and debate Cal Corf in a fair and honest forum. Yeah, I could say whatever. You can say whatever you want about Rich from Goofon. He will be fair and let each of them speak for equal time or whatever. Rich promised to be fair, and I believe he's a man of his word. So that's where we're at. This guy is making, look at this. He needs 10 pages of excuses for why he's backing out of the debate with Cal Corf. When the truth is, he's just a coward. He's just a coward, and he's afraid to show up because Cal Corf is going to make him look like a total idiot. And so here's what's going to happen, Mikey Horn, you dummy. Here's what's going to happen. You're not going to show up, and then... You're not going to show up, and then Rich is just going to let Cal Corf talk about what a joke Billy Meyer is for 2 hours. So how does this help your cause, you being a coward and weaseling out of the debate at the last minute and no showing? It doesn't. Mikey Horn's an idiot and a coward and a harasser, a serial harasser. You want to post private emails that I didn't give you permission to post? I guess that means that I'm allowed to post private emails you've sent me that you haven't given me permission to post. Maybe I'll do that, and I'll show people years worth of harassing, nasty emails that you've sent me. What kind of media representative for anybody sends people threatening messages for years because they don't like that they don't agree with them? An idiot! An idiot! Mikey Horn is an idiot! Mikey Horn is such an idiot that he has publicly threatened me, right? He's slandering me in his blog, saying all this stuff. Look, oh man, look at this. As for Stephen Cambion, a dedicated student of Corf's baseless, twisted, degenerate attacks, he just notified me that under no circumstances is he willing to participate and substantiate his own litany of vile claims. What's my litany of vile claims? That you used a child molester for a source for years, claiming that Billy Meyer was real because a child molester said so? We got the court documents, you dummy! That's not vile claims! That's the truth! No surprise, like the others who've hung their anchor of hate around their own necks before plunging into a sea of oblivion. He's also a world-class spineless coward. You're the one that asked for a debate on Rich from Goof Fun's show and are now weaseling out of it. You're the coward, Mikey Horn. You're the coward. I never agreed to debate you. I have no interest in wasting time looking at your pictures of garbage can lids hung from strings, you dummy. I'm not going to waste my life on something like that. You've wasted 35 years of your life trying to tell people that this garbage is real. And pictures of a pterodactyl from his time travel adventures, you dummy. Oh, it's beautiful. So tune in to Goof On tomorrow night and listen to Cal Korff rip the Billy Meyer garbage, so-called evidence, to absolute shreds. Because Mikey Horn is too much of a coward to show up and defend his position in a fair forum. Coward. That's what you are, Mikey Horn. You're calling me a coward. You're the one. How many times are you going to weasel out of this debate with Cal Korff? I think we're up to 4 now, right? You weaseled out on television. You weaseled out on my show. Now you're weaseling out on Goof On. All right, 3. At least 3 times you've weaseled out of debating Cal Korff. Do you think that makes Cal Korff look bad? Or does that make him look like he's not telling the truth? When you continually are too cowardly to show up and actually have the debate with him, that you asked for the debate all 3 times, then you no-show because you're a spineless coward, you dummy. All right, and you know what? This isn't even the show. This isn't even like supposed to be tonight's show. So let's get into tonight's show while we continue to deal with this online troll that we can't get rid of, apparently. I don't know. We can put him in timeout, but then he just starts putting these messages in again. Yeah, how many fake... I don't understand somebody that's got 100 fake accounts. Like, how do you even do that? How do you even sit there and sign up for 100 fake accounts? So let's get into tonight's subject, which is David Wilcock's newest scam. Yeah, and I'm going to be continually... I'm telling you, I'm going to law enforcement tomorrow, and I'm filing a complaint against Mikey Horn. A lot of these accounts look similar to the sock accounts that he uses on Twitter, right? This Karma Gray, it's always some kind of alien thing, right? So we're going to share David Wilcock's latest thing. Yeah, exactly. Come on, Goof On, Michael Horn, and be a man. Billy is going to be disappointed that you dropped the ball. Yeah, I'm sorry, and I apologize to the live chat for this disruption tonight. If I find out for sure that this is Mikey Horn, I am going to unleash some lawyers on your dumb ass. I doubt he's smart enough to hide his IP while he's harassing people on the internet. Does anybody know how long does the timeout last? Because this clown is just going to keep this up. understand why blocking the user is not working on my end. How does he have... Yeah, it's got to be a script, because no human could be copying and pasting this stuff this fast. Yeah, it is an algorithm or a script. So it's some, you know, and I'm a computer science guy, so let me just tell you that scripts are not hard to write. So it's not a genius, I can tell you that. We call them script kids. And does it work if you put them in timeout multiple times? Just keep doing it, I guess. It's a bot script. Yeah. Yeah, and it's very disruptive, right? Yeah, he's a hacker supreme. Sure. Sure. All right. Well, all we could do is keep putting the user in timeout. It's kind of funny to me. Yeah. It's kind of funny to me that I started tonight's show talking about getting harassed. And then here we are, even our live chat is getting disrupted by harassers, right? Pardon me, friends. All right. So, on with the show. But what I'm going to do is, yeah, these are symbols are from Billy Myers crop circles. Sure. Pragmatic says chats are poison anyway. All right. Let's just move on with the show. Tonight we're going to be covering this David Wilcock latest scam. Yeah, that girl Jessica. I have vapes right here. Look, I have some. That girl Jessica is telling me to quit smoking and start vaping. I have some vapes. Not the same. I'm trying, and I will continue to try. It's on my list here of things that I'm going to try to do. Yeah, and for those that don't know, you can hire somebody in India to write these scripts and harass people online very inexpensively. A lot more inexpensively than you would believe, honestly. So, David Wilcock's latest scam is that he's going to sell you the secrets of anti-gravity and free energy. And he's showing people that he bought a warehouse, or a hangar, he's calling it, and he's going to be making hover cars. Sure he is. The guy who told us that we're all going to get superpowers, right? He told us that we were going to get superpowers, and we were going to get those superpowers in 2012. But imagine that, we haven't seen any superpowers. Here's a guy who also told us that if you buy his course, you'll learn how to ascend, but not one person has ascended yet, right? Not one person has ascended from David Wilcock's ascension classes. But now he's going to teach us, now he is going to teach us anti-gravity and the secrets of anti-gravity and free energy, right? Yeah, Lee Veltman says, thanks for the engagement. Maybe. Yeah. So annoying. And I sure don't want to share this guy's messages. And I don't understand, if I keep putting him in timeout, why he keeps coming back. It's like whack-a-mole here. All right, let's share this. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to cite fair use. We're covering David Wilcock's. Oh, and it could be David Wilcock for all I know, right? Wanting to disrupt the show because he doesn't want people to know the truth about his latest scam. Could be. Yeah. So this video is entitled David Wilcock, Time Loops and VIP Insiders, right? One second, friends. I'm going to get my fair use banner. We're going to change our background here, too. Get my fair use banner. Because this is fair use. This is transformative work. We're going to be sharing this video, but we're educating the public and critiquing the video that is being shared. This is covered under fair use and is allowable by law. Once in a while, some of these clowns try to falsely copyright strike me. We have lawyer letters standing by. This is fair use. We'll be stopping the video and discussing it. And we're using the video to educate the public, which is certainly allowable under fair use.
About
It's live now.
okay.
It didn't go, so now's the 5 seconds.
Hi there. I'm your buddy. I'm your deadbeat dad. I'm David Wilcock.
How is that funny? Why is that a joke to open with? First of all, but okay, he's a deadbeat dad.
I might not actually be your deadbeat dad. That was more of a figure of speech. But anyway, here I am. We have a great show for you coming up called The Disclosure. And this is our real debut of our anti-gravity and free energy company. And this is not a hoax. We're actually moving forward to do these technologies, get them out to the public. And so I'm here today just to remind you, because not everybody checks their email.
He's so proud of these camera angles, right? Jesus. And why does he need to specify this is not a hoax? Is it because he's been involved in so many hoaxes before, right? He's supposed to say, well, this one's not a hoax. We're really building a hover car. Sure you are, David Wilcock.
Every day, not everybody checks anything every day. So I just wanted to let you know, first of all, the sales performance that we've had on this course has been phenomenal. So thank all of you who have stepped up. We're doing about 200% better than any other course we've ever had in history. So I really want to thank you. That dropping a money bomb on us like this really helps us do an incredible amount of good.
Dropping a money bomb on us like this really helps us do an incredible amount of good. And I just want to ask David Wilcock, what incredible amount of good have you done from all the other previous courses? You've done nothing but enrich yourself, make yourself rich, buy yourself $1 million mansions and $100,000 cars, even though you're telling people that they're giving money for charity, right? And there's no accountability. When you buy a course from David Wilcock, does that money go to his charity or does that money go to his for-profit business? Because now we're going to see that the lines are very gray. Because later in this video, he mentions that he's been putting all the money from his online courses into this business. That doesn't make any sense because previously he said that the money is all going to his charity, which he is using to help humanity. So does that mean that he's illegally funneling money from charitable donations into a for-profit company?
For humanity. So what we're going to have coming up for you is an amazing 6-week course, which is partly intended to help us crowdfund the actual initiative to bring out anti-gravity and free energy.
Now he has the balls to mention crowdfunding. Just so everyone is aware, David Wilcock was caught dead to rights selling a PayPal donation scam for Pete Peterson. He was caught dead to rights promoting, I'm sorry, that was a GoFundMe crowdfunding scam. And I will say on the record that the Pete Peterson GoFundMe was a scam. Every word in the text body used asking people for money was a lie. Next, there was the PayPal donation scam by Emery Smith. He said in a 5-page blog post that Emery Smith was under attack from the deep state and ended up in the hospital and they killed his dog and they crashed his car and all this stuff happened. Turns out Emery Smith is a falling down drunk alcoholic and was in the hospital for alcohol poisoning, not for a deep state attack, and he promoted both of those scams on Jimmy Church's show. To the best of my recollection, And Jimmy Church has never even acknowledged or apologized to the UFO community or anybody who donated to those two scams. But previous to those two scams, David Wilcock ran another crowdfunding scam called Conversions Pictures LLC, in which he collected crowdfunding in $10,000 chunks. In other words, to be an investor in his new film company, Convergence Pictures LLC, you had to donate at least $10,000. I don't know how much David Wilcock collected. He won't answer any questions about how much money he collected for Convergence Pictures LLC. But one thing I do know is that David Wilcock never produced any products for Convergence Pictures LLC, and he never refunded all the investors' money. So what are we up to? Is that 3 scams now that we're up to? Oh, plus the David Wilcock Spiritual Foundation scam, in which he has been collecting charitable donations for 3 years, and he has I'm assuming he won't release 2 years of the 990 forms explaining how much money was raised and where the money went. In fact, if he goes one more year without making those filings, they're going to cancel his charitable donation status for lack of filing. But much like Billy Carson, he might just keep the money and allow his charity to go away. Maybe he'll start a new one when he decides on a new scam charity to start. But this is a for-profit company where he claims that he's going to change the world with free energy devices and hover cars. That's right. David Wilcock is going to manufacture hover cars. Sure he is.
So we're going to be releasing a 5-week course where I'm interviewing a new insider who I've actually known for 12 years, and we're giving him the name Ben for now. You'll find his real name when the course starts.
Why can't he release his real name? In the text body trying to sell the course, David Wilcock is claiming that this person is an aviation CEO and has been for 10 years. But he also mentions Pete Peterson in that same post. And for those that don't know, Pete Peterson is now dead. He's been milking a dead source for years now. Pete Peterson was a complete and total fraud. His background was fake. His education was fake. His military service was fake. He claimed he won awards from the Russian government, the Order of Lenin Award. That was fake. He claimed all kinds of things. That's the level of his vetting skills. Pete Peterson claimed to be a science and technology advisor to Ronald Reagan, yet there's no mention of him in the Ronald Reagan library. And there would be if he was a real science and technology advisor. So Pete Peterson was a complete and total fake source. And David Wilcock is saying that this guy came from Pete Peterson. Great. So you got a new fake source, and I'm making assumptions. I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll get the guy's name. We'll try to vet whether he was a real CEO of an aircraft company or an aerospace company, and I guarantee you that there's going to be some problems with this so-called insider's background. But I guess I've learned I shouldn't prejudge, right? We'll wait till we get the name, and then we'll report back whether the source is real and a real insider of the aerospace industry, or whether it's just another in a long line of fake sources that David Wilcock has milked for fake stories to sell stupid people.
So Ben and I have been working for 3 years very quietly on a company that is an aerospace company that generates what we hope to be doing is to generate anti-gravity machines and free energy. So this is the holy grail. I've been talking about this for all these years, and I got
For those that don't know, I have been following free energy devices since I was about 12 years old. I even ordered plans for some of these free energy devices, tried to build them when I was younger. When I got older, I got books that were supposedly, Tesla lost technology and this and that. And ask anybody that's actually built any of them. None of them work, right? So in the history of the world, there have been millions of dollars raised for free energy scams, including Dr. Stephen Greer, who ran something called the Orion Project and raised over $300,000 and never produced a working device. That's what these guys do. They collect hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars in some cases of investment money, claiming that they're going to be the guy to bring the world free energy, and they never do. Now, One can look at the history of free energy scams and see hundreds of people have made claims exactly like David Wilcock is making right now. Some have collected hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, and not a single one of these guys has ever produced a working device. But David Wilcock, who has been lying through his fake teeth for 20 years to people, telling people they're going to get superpowers, he's going to be the guy to bring us the real free energy device. All you got to do is invest. Sure, David Wilcock.
Tired of always talking about it, and I got tired of not doing anything about it, which is why now, like I said, I've been taking the money from the launches we've done and directing it into this initiative, because I was...
Yeah, and I'm confused because before you said you were taking the money that you were collecting for the courses and it was going to be going into your charity. And people could donate to you and you wouldn't have to pay taxes on that money so that you could help the world. What have you done with all the money that you've been collecting for this charity for 3 years, David Wilcock? Now you're telling us that you're playing... What are you? You're playing Elon Musk now? You're gonna start a hover car company? And that's a good point. Friends, if this technology was real and about to be real, don't you think real people like Elon Musk would be building hover cars and free energy devices? I do. So maybe, just maybe, the fact that no credible real science guys or tech billionaires are making hover cars or free energy devices may give us some clue into the chances that David Wilcock is going to pull this off. Or is this going to be another big money grab in a long line of David Wilcock money grabs where he's going to take all this money from the public and live off of it, live his millionaire's lifestyle? This man owns $1 million home. He rents another $1 million home. He's driving around at conferences. I don't know if it's a rental car, but in a $100,000 plus car, right? What is he doing for charity? What are you doing for charity, David Wilcock? Show me some homeless people you fed. Show me some starving children in Africa that you dug wells for or something. No, just take the money and buy $1 million lifestyle things with it. Great. You're such a spiritual master. And I just want to mention, too, that in this last 3-hour plus stream, I didn't cover it. Thank God CW Channer covered it, so I didn't have to. But in that stream, he said he made fun of having a life of chopping wood and carrying water because he's destined for greater things. Friends, go to a Tibetan monastery and ask the monks there if chopping wood and carrying water has value. Right? This guy's supposed to be an ascended spiritual master, and he's making fun of people who spend their lives in service to others, chopping wood and carrying water. I happen to have a cabin in the middle of the woods. We don't have a well. I have to fill these 12-gallon totes of water, right? And drag them all to the cabin. I have to carry every drop of water we used there. And I have to chop all the wood there. There's definitely some value in chopping wood, because I'm providing heat for free to the home, the cabin there. And there's definitely value in carrying water. My whole family benefits from my willingness to carry water. But this ascendant master clown, spiritual guru, fake psychic says, that's not the life for him. Yeah, I don't think that this guy has worked an honest day in his life, right? And this is very shallow of me to say, but I truly feel this. If I had my way, David Wilcock would get sent to a work prison, where they have to hammer on rocks all day or, clean the side of the road. That's my wish for David Wilcock, that he finally gets arrested for all these scams he's been running for years and gets sent to a prison where he's forced to work every day.
Was not sure if we were ever going to get this technology otherwise. So the full course itself normally is $333. You can get $111 off if you have been a previous customer of mine.
Yeah, so if you've been a previous victim of David Wilcock and bought his course where he was going to teach you how to ascend and then you didn't ascend, just throw in a couple $100 more for his new latest scam. Sure, that sounds like a good deal.
So that's one of the options. If you've already signed up for one before, any of them, you put that in, you get the discount. However, we also have a special offer that I wanted to let you know about because it ends tonight.
It's a special offer. And this is completely and totally consumer fraud because it didn't end at midnight as he claimed. You could still sign up for the course and pay. And he's saying here that the course is only available at this discounted price until midnight when that's not the case. This is a common scam tactic. It's a call to action. Hurry up. Operators are standing by. This is a limited time offer. It's not a limited time offer. You can buy the course whenever you want.
7:59 p.m. tonight. And this is where we have a VIP special. Now, so I'm actually going to take this video back down because I don't want people to get mad. But just from now until midnight tonight, you can get in for a significant discount that you pay the normal price, but you get our VIP package. Now, what is the VIP package?
It's garbage. That's what it is. Who's David Wilcock? You think that you're so important that people want to be VIP attendees at your crappy online events selling garbage, fake information? And we're going to break down some of the fake information that he's using as sources. He's telling people that he's going to teach you the secrets of anti-gravity and free energy. This is consumer fraud. Because if you pay $333 and he can't prove that he's teaching you the real secrets of anti-gravity and free energy, he just took your money on a lie. That's consumer fraud. We are now, David Wilcock is right now just blatantly committing consumer fraud.
The VIP package, we're going to make every effort possible to actually have a live show with Ben where you can submit your questions by video. You can actually add these questions. Look over here now. You can submit your questions to us by video. I don't expect you to have 4 camera angles like this, but we'll play the ones that we like and we'll ask those questions to Ben. So you have an opportunity to get in there in real time. If you don't want to do it by video, you can also submit by text. But the point is, we are moving forward. We've already taped the whole class with Ben, so it's definitely going to come out. We've already got it. We're editing it now, so there's nothing left to be done. It is very amazing. The amount of material that we managed to get through in this is really astonishing because we covered the Philadelphia experiment. We cover dematerialization.
The Philadelphia experiment was a fake story. It's completely and totally fake, made-up story. And he's going to give it to you like that's factual information. He's selling this as real information, and he's going to include a fake story in the presentation. Great, David Wilcock.
Portal type of technology. We talk about anti-gravity. We talk about sacred geometry. We talk about how certain materials form weird sacred geometry that normally they shouldn't be able to do because it violates the laws of crystal formation. And we talk about a lot of other things, including the company that we're developing. So one of the things I'd like to do for this little VIP video is give you an exclusive first look inside our hangar. When I say roll the clip, we will, but let me just set this up first. So
he's going to show you an empty hangar and claim to you that they're going to create and manufacture hover cars and free energy devices in this hangar he's going to show. Great.
This is going to be the first time that anybody has been able to see the interior of our facility. Now, this facility has a 5-foot thick concrete roof. So it's meant to sustain multiple aerial bombardments, which I guess is a pretty good thing. Maybe I ought to, I can't actually live in the building. I asked, and our...
Why would you want to live in a hangar when you have $2 million mansions? This is garbage.
Zoning regulations don't allow that, but this is a serious facility, and hopefully this will help you get a little more excited about what we're doing and the fact that this is not something I made up, and this is no bluff to try to raise money for no reason.
Yeah. So right now, you're putting yourself online here, David Wilcock. If you're taking people's money and telling them that you're going to create free energy devices and hover cars, and you don't do it, that's a criminal act. That is consumer fraud. And I believe that David Wilcock is really, he must need money right now. He even mentions in this that him and his wife were down to just $3,000 before this big money bomb hit him. Where'd all the charity money go, David Wilcock? The first year of your charity, you collected something like, I think it was $70,000, right? So it's reasonable to assume or to make projections and say that you collected $70,000 in the second year of your charity, and 70 or more thousand in the third year of your charity. So that would be $210,000, right? And I am guessing about how much money you collected the second and third year, because I have sent over 10 or 15 requests asking for the 990 forms, and he has so far, even his accountant has refused. His accounting firm that works for his charity has refused to provide me with the 990 forms that they're required to provide anybody who asks for them by law, which detail how much money was collected and where the money was spent. But he's going to tell you that he's down to $3,000? Where did all the charity money go then, David Wilcock? Because you sure can't show us you feeding starving children in Africa or doing anything that relates to charitable work.
We're already doing it, and we already bought the facility that you're going to see. So again, before I roll the clip, let me just say that this is the small one. So what you're seeing right now is, what you're about to see is the main hangar within the smaller facility that we acquired last year. We're now also acquiring a larger facility. So without further ado...
So he took money that he collected. Did he take money that he collected for a charity and buy rich boy toys like hangars or, aircraft development facilities with it? That's a valid question, David Wilcock. Did you funnel money from people donating to your charity into this now for-profit company that you're going to continue to try to raise money on the basis of this?
If you'd like to see how the future is going to roll out and what we're actually doing, go ahead and roll the clip.
He's so proud of himself. Look at that big fake smile with those big fake teeth. He's so proud. He bought himself an aircraft hangar, friends.
Hey, this is David Wilcock, and I am here in our undisclosed location, which is codenamed Snapper. And this is the future, folks. This is where we're going to be prototyping your hover car that we would like to have ready for commercial development at an affordable price in the not too distant future, hopefully within 4 years, and a working prototype within 1 year.
Did you hear him? He's telling potential investors that he's going to have a working prototype from nothing in a year. The same clown who mentioned that he was 3D printing anti-gravity engines with his brand new 3D printer he just bought. Friends, look, I may be wrong, but I got a 3D printer. I don't think that you could just 3D print an anti-gravity engine. Now, I'll admit that that's informed speculation on my part, having been somewhat of a 3D printing hobbyist for years and also interested in anti-gravity. I haven't seen any anti-gravity files on the internet that you could just print an anti-gravity engine. But David Wilcock would have you believe a few short months ago, when he got a 3D printer, was telling people that he was developing prototype anti-gravity engines with his new 3D printing system. Sure. Now he's telling you that they're going to develop a prototype within 1 year and you should invest in his new for-profit hover car company. That's a real problem. That's a real problem for you, David Wilcock. You are given a hard deadline. Never a good idea when you're running a scam.
As you can see, I was not lying to you when I said that this is all happening. This is a obviously real facility with a cement reinforced roof, and it's a very nice hangar.
It's a nice hangar, but it's empty, David Wilcock. Show us the anti-gravity engine. Show us where your prototype is that you're claiming you're going to have ready in a year. David Wilcock, come on, bro. You bought an empty hangar, and this is somehow proof that you're going to develop a hover car? Amazing.
A lot of space and a lot of cool things we can do here. Hello! You can hear it's got some incredible echo. So we are very excited about how this is moving forward, and we will be hoping to sell you hover cars very soon.
Oh, sorry, friends. 1 second. It's funny. This is a pitch. He's running a pitch for a course that he wants you to buy and soliciting investors for his hover car company. And while he's doing that, his video is monetized. Great. Let me just share this once again, friends. And I am continuing to put users in timeout. Great. Let me share the video once again. Oh. Let me try that one more time. Sorry, friends. Let's get back to this garbage of a video.
Well, there you have it. Some of you were saying, wow, cool. So thank you. I just ran over and was reading some of your comments. So yeah, this is definitely not a joke.
No, it is a joke, because the likelihood of an idiot like you who has been promising people superpowers and telling them that you're psychic for 20 years when all of your psychic predictions fail horribly, the likelihood of you developing a real working hover car, I'd say, is pretty low and laughable. It is a joke, David Wilcock.
If I had tried to go in and do something like that in a facility we didn't own, it's called trespassing, and that's a crime. So this is...
Yeah, so is consumer fraud, David Wilcock. And you standing there with a straight face telling people to invest in your company because you're going to develop hover cars and anti-gravity. That's criminal, David Wilcock.
This is real. You don't get unauthorized access to military facilities. This is our facility. We own this. Okay, we actually paid for the whole thing, and we got a great deal because one of the things that we're going to be doing is creating thousands and thousands of jobs. And another key point of the way that we're running this company is that we're going to use, and if you're not in America, I apologize, but America's been getting a lot of negative business competition these last few years. And so what we're going to be doing is using as much as possible when we manufacture in the U.S. all American parts from American manufacturers creating American jobs. So our goal is going to be that we're not outsourcing these jobs, that we're keeping them in the country.
Yeah, great. First of all, David Wilcock, you're an idiot because you cannot not buy foreign parts for any technology device. Go ask anybody that. I have a tiny technology company, and I know, for example, I can't manufacture a computer board in the United States. I can't manufacture even a computer chip in the United States. I mean, maybe I could, but it's 5 times more expensive than it is in China and Malaysia and other, I'd say, the Asian Silicon Valleys. You can't. No car, even cars made in the United States, are filled with foreign parts. But he's going to claim here that all the parts in his hover car are going to be made in the United States. That is a stupid statement. And only somebody that doesn't know anything about technology at all would say that. I got a computer science background. There's no way that he's developing any technologically advanced product and making it in the United States with all American parts. Zero chance of that ever happening.
Country, and we're buying parts made in America by American workers. So that's a very important part of our plan as well.
Yeah, it sounds good, but it's not practical, or it's not even probable that he'll be able to build anything in the United States from all American parts and all American products. Garbage. This is garbage. It's designed to make people feel good so that they throw money and invest.
Now, if we have a foreign subsidiary and they wish to start making larger numbers of our aircraft for their own Air Force, one of the packages we're offering...
I thought it was a hover car. Now it's an aircraft, and foreign governments are going to want to buy his aircraft he's developing. Is it a hover car or is it an aircraft? What are you developing exactly? He can't even keep it straight for... He's 8 minutes in and already contradicting himself.
Offering people is that they could, build their own facility in their country, but even still, all the parts that they're getting from us are going to be made in America. And
you can't do that.
I mean, there may be some other parts that they get that are not made in America, but we're going to make every effort to try to keep as much of the business here as we can. And certainly all the stuff that we do in America is going to be 100% American, if at all possible. So this is a very exciting time in our history. The time loop that I just had is still causing my mind to reel. There's a lot more to it than what I've already shared, but what we've already seen is everything that's going on right now was predicted. Everything that's going
Yeah, none of this was predicted, David Wilcock. You connect dots that aren't there, move things around. These numbers and this other separate event that have nothing to do with one another prove that my predictions are true. Really? Why didn't you? Why is there no record of these predictions from 1980 and 1999 that you can produce? No clear-cut prophecies that have come true from you. Because you, David Wilcock, are the world's worst psychic. You have a batting average of 0. You have deleted whole websites full of fake predictions that never came true. You told us that we would all get superpowers and light bodies in 2012, and none of that happened.
going on right now was known about, at least in 1999, and again in 1981, the Law of One was pretty darn close, as I showed you in a previous video.
Yeah, the Law of One, a channeled work that's supposed to come from Ra, sure. And you channeled Ra before, right? We're going to do a whole show on that. That's some funny shit.
So it's a very intense time. To be honest with you, it's a very intense time. And one of the things that I'm happy about is that, first of all, we have 3 more free Sundays coming up where you're going to see me either here or wherever we end up.
Oh, God, he's threatening us with 3 more 3-hour videos of him connecting dots that don't exist and telling people fake fairy tales. Great. Well, I guess some people will be happy about that. I don't think I'm covering that. I'm going to leave this 3-hour coverage of David Wilcock to people like CW Channer or others, because I don't want to listen to this clown for 3 hours. The only reason I'm doing this is because the video is only 11 minutes long.
Going. So when you sign up for the VIP class, one of the things that happens is that you are guaranteed that you're going to see these next 3 shows, as well as the ones that you paid for, which is then 6 more, plus I think there's like 2 more really great ones, at least in the special features. There was a long geek out that Chris and I had on aerospace history of air.
Oh, did he just out his insider? Before he said that they were going to call the guy Dan, right? Isn't it Dan? Now he's saying Chris. Oh, no, he said the insider was named Ben, and now he's mentioning a Chris. So did he just out his so-called insider, right? And we're getting some information about our chat annoying troll. His channel, he does this to multiple channels, usually in the truther pocket, hitting many of the people around. I've seen him do this very thing, 5 live chats today alone. He's hit Lee in my streams a bunch of times, but since I've started doing the above, I've not had any issues. Until every couple of months he changes one part of the script and the account name. So great, thanks Jolly Bridge Burners telling me how I can correct this, but unfortunately I can't do it right now. We're going to have to attend to this online troll crap after the show. Yeah, it must be a script, because this guy has got 100 different accounts attacking our live chat right now. Great. That's a first for us. We've never had this level of disruption in our live chat, so I apologize to our
craft, which is kind of a separate topic, but we'll throw that one in there for you. We're going to do a guided meditation on this music studio. You see the screen right here behind me. This is my music computer. Okay, so we're going to compose a unique soundtrack, and Elizabeth and I are going to do a meditation for you. And then, of course, the content is absolutely amazing.
Now he's threatening to make people listen to his horrible music, too. Jeez.
Not only do we already have the facility, as you've now seen for the first time, but we're going to use it. And we know how to do this. We know how to build the technology.
This is a very dangerous statement. He's soliciting people to buy his course in anti-gravity and free energy. He's also telling people that he's going to crowdfund this business adventure of his, and he just said, we know how to do this. That means you better produce a hover car, David Wilcock, within a year, like you said, or this is complete and total consumer fraud.
And once you watch this show, you will know how to do it as well.
And he's promising if you buy his course, you'll be able to learn how to build a hover car, an anti-gravity device. I want to find $333 and buy it just so I can complain to the Attorney General that he promised me that he was going to teach me how to build a hover car and said I would be able to do it, and I can't.
You'll understand the physics principles behind the patents that the Navy and the DIA have already declassified.
He's citing these Salvador Pius or whatever patents, which, by the way, are garbage. There's no working prototypes. Just because it's a patent doesn't mean the device works, David Wilcock, you dummy. And real scientists have looked at those patents and said it's basically garbage. But you're going to start a whole company based on garbage patents that are never proven to be real and have no working prototypes attached to them, and you're going to solicit donations for it? Great. You're going to solicit investor money? You're going to crowdfund based on fake patents? Well, the patents are real, but is the technology described in the patents reproducible or real? No. If those patents were reproducible technology, somebody like alien scientists would have jumped all over it and already done it. And he's a real physicist. You are a fake psychic and an online scammer.
But again, if you want to save that money, if you want to be able to get the full package, the full VIP package of what we're doing with this upcoming course, then you
Oh yeah, I got to be a VIP in your chat. Yeah.
have to jump in by midnight tonight because the opportunity is going to expire.
It's not expiring. He's still going to take your money. That is a bold-faced lie. He's lying through his fake teeth again.
And it will not come back. Next Sunday, I'm going to be sharing with you more from the time loop. I would have liked to have done more of it today, but there's just so many things going on in our lives. And again, your response has been absolutely phenomenal. So based on how many of you have taken an interest in this, I would say it's a hit. And so thank you very, very much. Thank you for all those of you who have already signed up. My wife and I actually were down to our last $3,000 before we started this course. So it was a pretty dire situation. You know, the way that it got timed was it just happened to work out that we had just enough time to make this happen. So
him and his wife were down to $3,000. What happened to the tens of thousands of dollars of charitable donations? Where did all that money go, David Wilcock? How on earth were you down to just $3,000? But lucky for you, just in time before you ran out of free money, you started a new online scam course where you're claiming that you're going to teach people the secrets of anti-gravity and free energy for $333. I have not... let's just finish this out, and then I'll do a quick wrap-up here.
So thank you very much. I am David Wilcock, and sign up now at the VIP link to get your exclusive offer, claim your discount, and become one of our own insiders where you get to be invited to the extra VIP party at the end and have the chance to have your questions personally answered and aired in this video that will become part of history if we do end up doing the Wright brothers of anti-gravity.
It's going to become part of history, all right? It's going to become part of online scam history. And David Wilcock, if you take money from people claiming you're going to teach them how to build a hover car or the secrets of anti-gravity and you don't deliver, that is consumer fraud.
So sign up now at thedisclosure.com/VIP, and I will see you on the other side with your videos that you get to watch once you've actually signed up. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on Sunday.
Great. Great. So we're going to stop that. 1 second, friends. I am going to look this up. Thedisclosure.com/VIP. I bet you that website sent him back. Yeah. So here is the perfect example of what a liar David Wilcock is. He said that it was a limited time offer and it would be over at midnight. That you can only sign up for the course until midnight. That would be when we started the show, right? Okay. So I don't understand. How is it that he's saying this is a limited time offer and it ends at midnight, but we can register right now for this offer, right? Now he's saying it closes in 1 hour and 27 minutes. Okay, so maybe he meant midnight Western time, which would be 3 a.m., I guess. We're going to keep checking in to see if this is true or if he's going to continue to take people's money. I believe that he has done this before, and it's always him saying this is a limited offer, and if you don't sign up in time, you won't be able to. But then you could just sign up right until the day of the course or the hour before the course goes. You are seeing this page because this is an opportunity for my first responders only, the insiders in my community. I have urgent and exciting news. After 12 years, one of my original and most well-informed insiders, Ben, has decided to come forward. Yeah, great. The United States Navy and Air Force have both declassified information related to advanced exotic technology. This knowledge has already been handed down to us, such as in 144 documents. This is garbage. It seems that very few, if anyone, has attempted to make sense out of the various disclosures in these documents, such as the concept of amorphous metals and their possible relation to ET-oriented crash wreckage. Now, Ben is bringing his full expertise from the inside world to shed breathtaking light on these and many other subjects, such as exotic propulsion and clean energy. We take an academic, credible approach to our investigation. David Wilcock, there is nothing credible about you. And look at this marketing speak. I don't need to tell you that this is urgent because I know you can feel what's going on in the world. You'll receive an exclusive 2-hour insider VIP event with Ben and me. Ben's true identity will be revealed to you for the first during the course experience, and together we will answer your questions live. This is a direct live session with Ben is only being offered to you, an insider in my community. Listen, this is such garbage. You got to be an insider to his community. Space is limited. Once our capacity has been reached, this insider invitation will be taken down. No, it won't. He's going to take every dollar he can from this scam. Come on. This is garbage. But let's do something. I'm going to have to share that again and share the audio because I'm not sure if that's a different video. And I do see a few super chats that I missed, so we'll get to those in just a moment. Please bear with me, friends. A 6-week experience. All right, here we go.
Hi, I'm David Wilcock, and I'd like to offer you an exclusive opportunity to enjoy even more of my breathtaking upcoming 5-week course, The Disclosure. In fact, what we're offering you now is a VIP upgrade, where if you buy this in the next 48 hours at
this is like a bad infomercial.
no extra charge, you will get the VIP package, which will allow you to submit your questions live, and I will attempt to answer as many of them as...
Yeah, that's great. So he takes super chats during these 3-hour stream fests and never answers any of the questions in the super chat. So now, if you want him to answer your questions, you have to sign up for $333. Great.
possible. You're on a small list where I'm giving you this exclusive 48-hour opportunity to submit your videos.
Oh, it's a 48-hour sale. And the sale will be over in 48 hours. No, it won't. He'll take your money 48 hours from now. I guarantee it.
And be part of this VIP package at no extra charge to the basic cost of the course. This is only going to be open for the next 48 hours, and I hope to see you there. Click on the link below to get started.
What garbage. The Disclosure with David Wilcock. Yeah, because he's done such great work for Disclosure, selling fake stories for 20 years now, with fake people, fake insiders. One of his insiders was a court-martialed child molester that was just featured on John Walsh's new show, In Pursuit, right? Bill Brockrader. Turns out that guy was a child molester. That was one of his quality sources that he milked for fake stories about aliens. Then we get Pete Peterson, a fake science and technology advisor of Ronald Reagan that never worked for Ronald Reagan. Now we got a new guy, Ben. But you can only get his... Somebody better send me this guy's name, because I'm not paying $333 to fact check whether this source is real or fake. Now, I can predict that the guy is probably a fraud, because David Wilcock has not yet had one credible source that I can recall in 20 years. Every one of his sources is problematic at best. but register today. Operators are standing by. Friends, he's telling everybody you're gonna be able to produce an anti-gravity aircraft if you take this course. I don't know how David Wilcock can do this and stay out of prison. That's my opinion. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a law enforcement officer. But my opinion is, Rogue Status. Rogue Status is here with a kind and generous. I'm sorry, I can only go so far back, and this clown troll is filling our chat with so much garbage. I want to thank. Let me look at the. Let me look at the super chats here. I'm gonna have to look at them from my YouTube studio, and we're gonna share each one. 1 second, friends. I will share these, and I see one other one that I can share. 1 second, friends. So Rogue Status with a kind and generous $20. Sorry I can't share the thing on the screen, Rogue Status. He says, just give up, this show sucks. And I would expect nothing else from our friend from Philadelphia who likes to bust my balls. And that's how people from Philadelphia express affection, believe it or not. Right? Oh, and this guy is really getting on my nerves. This troll in the chat is really, really, really getting on my nerves. What can I say, friends? I'm doing my best here. I can't see questions in the live chat because it's filled with this garbage that this guy is filling it in. I've put 100 different accounts in timeout since the show. Matt Taylor says, I'm getting briefings. Yeah, he's getting briefings. Oh, no, he's not getting any briefings. That's Oh, wait, I did. I can do it. Rogue Status with a kind and generous $20 super chat donation says, just give up. This show sucks. I agree. I should just give up. And yes, I agree. Rogue Status, this show does suck. But you're here, you know. I love how you're here, even though this show sucks, right? And I saw see if we can't find it through the spam comments, right? No, I can't. All right, I'm going to share from YouTube Studio. We do not, please, if you do happen to send a super chat, and especially today if I miss it because of all the spam in our chat right now, I will invite you to remind me or message me so that I do not miss your super chat donation. I'm going to share my screen here, and we will read each and every one of the super chats. So Rogue Status with a kind and generous $20. Just give up. This show sucks. JC Denton with a kind and generous Great British Pounds, $4.49. Well, £4.49. Stephen, I support you because you're a real truth seeker, exposing the lies and showing the real truth. Thank you. And Tommy L with a kind and generous $20 US donation. Truth, you speak it, and we love it. Tommy L with another kind and generous double shot of super chats with another one for $5 saying this show is awesome. Patrick Sheehan with a kind and generous $4.99 donation. What is this guy's professional educational background? We're going to look into that. And Patrick Sheehan with another kind and generous $9.99 just message deleted. And I think we have read the rest of them, but I want to thank them anyway. Christine Aguilar with a kind and generous Costa Rican $7,000. That equates to about $12 US. So thank you. Saying interview was good. You made the tough questions. She was respectful. So were you. If you trash every character out there, you will have no show. Keep up the good work. In Zane, kind and generous $7.50 donation. And Ed with a kind and generous $5 donation. Do you know if the mountain is in the USA or Mexico? Oh, that was from a previous show. So yeah, it's definitely in the United States. Yeah, so that's where we're at, friends. And Matt Taylor says, praise the cash. Yes, I say thank you all for your kindness, your generosity, and your support. This is a viewer-supported show. And I can continue here based on the kindness, the generosity, and the support of all the people throwing money our way. So thanks to all the kind and generous super chat, super sticker. Thank you to everybody who is sending us Patreon. We've had a bunch of people sign up on Patreon. We went from I'd say 36, I think, active patrons and $95 a month. We're up to 45 active patrons and $128 per month. So I want to thank you. You can sign up for a Patreon and get a backstage view. I just posted a brand new song on the Patreon. You can get access to a behind the scenes view of many things that we're working on for the show. I do a monthly journal there, and we're working on doing a Patreon only stream, the first of which is going to be this month. It'll just be for Patreon supporters. I'm hoping to do that the last day of the month, and I will announce something about that. And there is also the final way to support us financially is that we can take PayPal donations. And I am going, you just send a PayPal donation to truthseekershow@gmail.com through your PayPal. Add a note and tell us what your chat room user ID is and any message you'd like us to shout out, and we will do so. Last PayPal donation we got was on September 13th. I believe I've already called it out, but I'm going to do it again. Those were from the initials MA, a kind and generous $5 PayPal donation to the cause. Thanks very much. We also had on September 7th the initials AL. That was from Jean-Paul Farte. We know that's his chat room user ID, so I can mention that. A kind and generous $20. And David Barton on September 1st, who says, recently discovered, keep up the good work. 1 second, friends. Oh, he says, recently discovered, keep up the good work, and I hope the audience continues to expand. A kind and generous $13.12 donation. So thank you very much for everybody's kindness, their generosity, and their support. It really does help to move the show forward and help us to praise the cash. Praise the cash, friends.
Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash.
Yeah, and Compliziert says, Steven voice sounds so cool and creepy on the beats. Yeah, I'm a big fan of big beats. Bernard Conkin says, most advanced bot I've seen so far. JC Denton asks, is Steven's music metal? It's a little bit metal, a little bit electronic, a little bit industrial. I tend to be pretty eclectic in my music choices, and I like to mix many different things in order to, I don't know, try to be new and different. And I know that some people, like CW Chainer, says there's no new music, but I keep making it, and that's all I can do, right? Just keep making it. I want to apologize once again to our chat room users for this disruption tonight. This is what he's doing. Like, I put user 288 in timeout. Then he comes and posts the same spam with user 290 or 289. And then I block that one. And then he does it with user 290. Like, this is crazy. Steve, what's your opinion of the Lazat UFO video they played on hard copy? It showed a craft with beings inside of it. If that's the Roger Lear one, I'm a little suspect of it. Yeah. Patrick says, are you going to put a horn mask on and debate Cal tomorrow? Oh, and so I blocked user 290, and now we have user 291. Great. I don't have time to develop that, Patrick Sheehan, but I would, right? I'm going to make a Mikey Horn character. Yeah, Orange is saying it's Mikey Horn, and I believe that it is, based on many different things. But Jolly Bridge Burner believes it's somebody else. And we're going to do what we can to prevent this from happening in the future. For now, all I can do is sit here putting users in timeout. And actually, I'm going to do something, which is I'm going to refresh so that I can try blocking the users. So please bear with me if I bounce out of here for a moment, okay? I have to refresh to see if the block is going to work. All right, here we go. Now let's see if we can block users. An error occurred. Try refreshing the page. Guess we can't block users from here. So all we could do is put user in timeout for 5 minutes, and then he starts using them once again. Victorious Eagle Andrew is here and says, praise the cash. Yeah, I want to make sure that we do praise the cash and thank each and every person who is donating. Thank you for your kindness, your generosity, and support. Thank you for helping us to praise the cash.
Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash.
So I want to thank everybody for their kindness. Oh, now we have 295 is here. Great. And this just keeps going. 291, 292, 293, 294. Now we're up to 295. This guy must have hundreds of fake accounts that he is using in a script to harass our live chat. Yeah, Ron Patton is here, who from our Facebook chat, who says, hey, it's Stephen Cosmic Cambion. Okay. I'll take that, Ron Patton. Nice to see you in our Facebook comments there. Yeah, this is really, really... Orange, says Mikey. Everybody seems to think it's Mikey Horn because he's famous for all of these sock accounts that he uses to harass people who disagree and say that Billy Meyer is garbage. Which would be anybody with a brain, really, I would think, would know that Billy Meyer and his trash can space flying saucers is garbage. You know? Well, the good news is I can go over to our live chat now and try to do something. I can't believe that this script thing is okay. Actually, I'm seeing deleted messages. So thanks to the mods, they keep on deleting the messages. But what I'm seeing in the live chat was Johnny T asked, what was your verdict from the alien lady you had on? Sorry, I forgot her name. That would be Anjali. And my verdict is I'm waiting to see. But I am not feeling very hopeful that she will provide the evidence that she claims she will. I'm cautiously optimistic about that. But I wish her the best. Hey, if she's going to provide the proof about aliens, right? If she's going to provide the proof about aliens, it would be earth-shattering, life-altering, right? And I think that would change the world. And, would I like to live in a world where there's a woman who's talking to aliens inside an secret alien base inside a mountain? Sure, I would. YouTube really needs better tools. We should be able to just remove a disruptive person, right? We can remove the comment, but you can't remove the user, right? Tommy L says, the wrenches are working hard tonight. Much respect. Yeah, I want to thank the moderators because we've never had this kind of a crazy problem in the live chat ever. I cannot believe how much spam this person has threw into our live chat. I just cannot believe it, and we are the subject of a script attack right now. We are the subject of a script attack right now. It's a scripted hack attack on our YouTube channel. And I'm going to be reporting this to YouTube and doing my best to see what we can do to prevent this from happening in the future. So I apologize for the disruption. Nothing I can do during the live chat. This person has sent something like thousands of messages into the live chat, all copied and pasted, all the same message. And we're helpless here. All we can do is put the user in timeout, and 5 minutes later, he's posting more garbage. So, I can't believe this guy can continue to do this. And it's just numbered. We're 305. We went from 291, or maybe even 270, an account called 270, then 271, 272, all the way through 290s. Now we're at 305. He's using numbered accounts to continue to attack the live chat. amazing that YouTube won't give you the tools to stop this. Bernard Conkin there with a wrench says, it's a bot and I'm blocking each one. Thank you for your kindness and for your kind assistance. Actually, I am going to start giving other people that I know are a wrench. So I'm giving Mike Gambelli, you are now a moderator. Mike Gambelli says, Jimmy Church Cornet bot, maybe. Comp Lazard, I am making you a moderator. Johnny T says, the grifters don't cop these attacks. How do you do it? Yeah, not sure myself. But Johnny T, you are now a moderator. Frapsap, you are now a moderator. Frapsap says, concerning Mikey Horn, the UFOs are so laughable, but it leads back to a sinister cult. That's why we should sit in triumph tomorrow as Horn sits in defeat, whether through the losing debate or a no-show. Yeah, one way or the other, he's going to be a no-show. And Frapsap, I have made you a moderator. So everybody I'm making a moderator can hide and put these attacks into timeout. Patrick Sheehan, I know you're a real person. I've made you a moderator. We are going to have more moderators that can just attack these spam attacks back. Johnny T saying concerning Anjali, she will probably end up on the grifter channels, e.g. David Wilcock. Yes, I agree. And Tommy L, I am making you a moderator as well. Yeah, this is crazy. This is a crazy scripted live chat attack on our channel. And, I don't even know what to say about this, right? Wendell Lambo is here and says, Pleiadians came here so we could get spammed. Yeah, you're probably right. And I've just made you a moderator, and you can now delete the messages, hide the messages, and put these users in timeout. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen something like this. Victorious Eagle Andrew, you are now a moderator and can help us to deflect these attacks. William says, the Dorothy Izat film. I just found a video today from Turkey showing what looks like the same craft and beings. Yeah, email that to me, and I will look up the Dorothy Lazat film. Maybe I'm confusing it with another. I'm certain I'm confusing it with another video that I have seen previously. Yeah, so I'm trying to. Any questions or comments for me, please put them in the live chat, but have some. Yeah, here, I have made you, World Chaos 76, you are now a moderator. Beck says, Starry Steven can't get the super chat. True. Don't know about that. B. Baker, you are now a moderator. B. Baker says, I don't need to be a mod here. I'm hated enough places because of being a mod on Goofon. Well, too bad I gave you the wrench. Yeah, it really is a pain. This is pain. This is really a pain. William, here, I'm making you a moderator as well. Joe says, Jimmy Church couldn't lead this attack. He's a caveman. Caveman can't use computers. If I had to guess, I would say that this is Mikey Horn because he's all butthurt. And every time Mikey Horn gets butthurt, the harassment and online attacks of me suddenly start. Either I'm going to be inundated, my Twitter DMs will be inundated with nameless, faceless accounts, all involving aliens like Gray Alien 22, Gray Alien 65, Karma the Alien, telling me that Jews are evil and I'm an asshole. And this happens over and over and over again. Every time Mikey Horn gets really butthurt, like when I posted that video of him using a child molester as a source, I got tons and tons of stuff. Yeah. One second here. I'm trying to... Oh, that's interesting. They said, Goofon will be having the same problem now that the bot hears the name so often on his show. Yeah. Well, if it happens to Goofon as well, the same kind of attack, I would think that it's a pretty safe bet that it's Mikey playing games, right? B. Baker says, that turkey sighting with the aliens in the window of craft is just a video artifact, unfortunately. Well, I still would like to see it. World Chaos 76 says, thanks, Steve. At Truthseekers, Soldiers for the Truth. We're doing our very best here. We're trying. Johnny T says, if you have to, just shut off chat for a bit. I would hope that we don't have to do that because the chat is a huge part of our show here. It's a very interactive show. If we shut off the chat, the interaction stops and it would be a different kind of a show. It would be just me talking into the internet with no interaction. I don't really want that. Spaghetti Lee says, is this a typical show? I only saw your show with Angeli. No, Spaghetti Lee, we cover many different topics. Some we cover things that I think may be real. And sometimes we cover what I call the UFO hucksters who are out there selling fake stories. And I think that we do a public service informing people that some people are not honest and are just out there selling fake alien stories. Or like David Wilcock selling scams telling you that he's going to build a hover car, right? So we're kind of 50-50 on that, right? Johnny T says, it is, I know, just a suggestion. Yeah, I would have to try my best not to. And now it seems that the script attack stopped because I'm not seeing those messages every 2 minutes here anymore, which is strange, right? But we're going to continue to be vigilant and guard against this stuff, right? That girl Jessica says, Spaghetti, I've seen you in another chat a lot. Yeah, well, I'm glad that they found us. Hopefully they'll give us a chance. I ask everybody to give our show a chance, right? You now have way too many wrenches on your channel for me. Sad to leave, but it is what it is. See, you can't please all the people all the time. I gave out new wrenches to try to combat this script kid attack. This hack attack on our live chat, not for anybody to be bullied. It's not my intention that any user in the live chat be bullied or mistreated. And I think most of the time the mods here do a pretty good job at moderating. Yes, Johnny T, I agree with that. Says, it's the whole boy that cried wolf. The whole alien thing is true, then this is how you cover it up. Could be. Spaghetti Lee says, do you think the dialogue in ufology is centered way too much around Lou Elizondo? Yes, I do, especially when he can't prove that he ran the program that he claims he ran. And, you know, I'm hearing lots of whispers and rumors, Spaghetti Lee, that there may be some sort of major investigation into that $22 million and where it disappeared to. So I would be very cautious of being a big fan of Lou Elizondo because it appears that there may be some revelations that people who are big fans of his are not going to take well or not like, right? B. Baker, it's tonight. Yeah, Johnny T, flood the scene with ridiculous UFO claims. We've seen my Dark Playground hypothesis where I believe that the U.S. government is actively infiltrating the ufology community and spreading fake information about aliens to actively try to cover up their drone programs and their black budget projects that they are siphoning off trillions of dollars from the United States Treasury every year and never have to answer for any of that, including no congressional oversight. It's just a crazy world, the black budget world, right? Rogue Status says, I'm not a bully. I hate bullies. No, I don't know what the guy was talking about. So, yeah, TTSA shareholders are going to get stiff. They've already been stiff, Wendell Lambeau, because Tom DeLonge promised everybody that he was going to create, just like David Wilcock. Tom DeLonge solicited money from investors claiming that they were going to create a revolutionary spacecraft with a revolutionary power source that would change the world. It's been 3 years. He's collected millions of dollars. I want to see the spaceship. Tom DeLonge. And if you can't produce it, then give everybody their money back because you promised you were going to produce that 3 years ago. Now we got David Wilcock claiming he's going to build hover cars. Sure he is. All right, I see the video, William. I mean, we can take a look at it. Let me get over to the real live chat, however. Just bear with me one moment, friends, as I pull up this video that somebody's suggesting that we... Oh, it's a 7-minute video. Oh, yeah, I have. This is the Roger Lear one. I have seen this. And people are saying this is a video artifact, but you know what? We're gonna go there. Let's take a look. Wow, look at this. Admiral Wilson said the $22 million program was a waste of taxpayer money secretly added to pay off Senate donors. I could see that as being true. B. Baker says Lowe is so full of hooey. Could be. Well, we still have our fair use banner. I'm going to share this video of a UFO and occupants inside. I have seen this, but I guess somebody did an enhancement of it. And to be honest with you, I do not trust enhanced videos because anybody could manipulate the video and say it's enhanced or add things to it that weren't really there. I want to see the original footage, but yes. 1 second. We have to recognize here. We've got another kind and generous $10 super chat from Bex. So I want to thank them for their kindness, their generosity, and their support. It's always good to see people from... I am just blown away by people all over the world who are helping us continue the show and helping us to praise the cash. Thank you, Bex, for your kindness, your generosity, and support, and helping us to praise the cash, friends.
You're watching Truthseekers. Praise the cash, praise the cash.
Thank you for your kindness, your generosity, and your support, both Bex and all the Super Chat supporters and donators. And I just want to mention that if there is another way to help us here. If you, brother, can you spare $1? That's the first way to help us. There's 3 ways to do that: Patreon, PayPal donations, or Super Chat donations. But failing that, the other great way to help us is to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell so you'll know when we're having new shows. And also, be sure to hit that like button. Comment on the video. We'll be pinning one comment from every video going forward. And you too can win the pinned comment competition. All you have to do is leave a comment below the video. You can leave any comment you like, and I'll take what I feel are the best and pin them at the top so everybody gets to read them. Thank you, Bex, for your kindness, your generosity, and support, and all the Super Chat donators. Now we're going to see this Turkey UAP raw footage zoom, 100 times stabilized and enhanced. And this looks, I can't lie, I've seen this video before and thought it looks pretty good. It does look pretty good. Do I think it's real? I don't know. Yeah, look at this. One of the problems that I've always had with this footage is that it's very easy to put a black background, you know, in your garage and put a model in front of it and film it on the black background like this and claim that you took it in the night sky. But I don't know that we get proof that this was actually taken in the night sky. There's no stars. There's no other objects in the frame, so we can't do size comparison or anything like that. This footage is a little suspect to me, almost to the category of too good to be true. And here we see, on the right side, we see blow-ups of the aliens, but in the actual footage, all you see is little, what look like heads, I guess, right? Yeah, like, do you see an alien there? I don't, but somehow people get these aliens out of that. After you mess with it in Photoshop for 4 hours, sure, maybe you're going to see aliens. I don't see it in the raw footage.
Yine buldum ben. Yine buldum. Yine buldum.
And in fact, I thought when I first saw this video that I would try to do sort of a faked or fact recreation of this in my basement or garage and just show you how easy it is to create something that looks like this in your garage or your basement with a model. I'm not saying that's what it is, but I'm saying it's easy to, it would be very easy for me to recreate this footage just as this looks. Well, I don't want to say easy, but certainly within the realm of possibility for anybody with a little bit of artistic talent, right?
Ulan nedir bunlar ya? Evet, nedir bunlar? Böyle bir şey var mı?
Now we're going to see the original video.
Şöyle yapma ha.
Well, there we do see some of the night sky. And I guess that's the moon. But then we go right to this. And this video is from 2008, apparently, May of 2008. I mean, it's interesting footage, but does it prove that this is a flying saucer with aliens in it up in the sky? I'm unconvinced.
Çok sabit. Aynı yerde.
You know, remember, we saw the night sky, and then it cut.
Aynen. Bak tam ayın altında. Denize yakın. Denize yakın.
What is that? His thumb in the frame? I don't know.
Denizin üzerinde bu. Denizin üzerinde.
And people are saying that it shows occupants and aliens, and we see these blow-ups, but I just don't see it in this original footage. Now, granted, I'm visually impaired. Maybe you guys see it. If we stop it, it just looks like heads to me. But those could easily be anything, right? But the craft itself is very interesting, right? Typical flying saucer, though somewhat more angular than some flying saucers we've seen in the past.
Aynen.
Interesting footage.
Aynen.
I guess that's the moon, or is that his finger in the camera again? It is interesting that this thing is silent, right? And now, are we seeing a different side of the craft here? Because we don't see the window and the aliens in the front in this shot.
Ya oradan göremem.
Now we see it.
Abi merkezi bak görüyor musun? Duruyor orada.
And these guys seem awfully calm for somebody that's confronting a... And this is 6/6, so is this a different time? And a different sighting? Is it the same craft? It appears to
Gördüm
be.
ya. Ağır ağır gidiyor değil mi Salih? Çok yavaş gidiyor. He? Çok yavaş gidiyor.
I'd certainly like to interview the person who took the footage, because I think a lot could be learned from that. But this looks like it may be a different craft on a different night. Now we got the same craft again with the aliens. Yeah, this is 6/6, and now this is 6/9. We're seeing it again. Now we do see an image of it in the night sky, but this looks like
Vay 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 vay. Çok oldu.
just a light in the sky.
Olmasın.
Could be anything. Well, here we see a little bit more close up. Again, that could be a Chinese lantern or anything.
Yaklaştır yine.
Yeah, this could be a balloon, a Chinese lantern, just a light in the sky. It doesn't really interest me much if it's just a light in the sky.
Suyun üstü.
And here we see more. Yeah, I believe I only saw like a clip of this whole thing. This must be
Gördün mü?
the original footage, all of it.
Sistem
But here he is, 6/11. So if this time stamping is correct, that means that this person filmed the same aircraft flying in the sky over, what, a week, 2-week period? From May something, right? From May 27th to June 11th, he's filming it over and over. And that is certainly interesting. I don't know what to think about this footage, right? Black Sea near, B. Baker says, Black Sea near Turkey. That girl Jessica says, the footage makes me laugh out loud. I don't know why. I think the way it moves. Yeah, I think so. And I just, Mike Gambelli says it's a cruise ship. It could be. I mean, yeah, there's no frame of reference for some of that stuff. JC Denton says there's a channel called Secure Team 12 or something. You mean Secure Team 10 that has footage better than this? I'm not sure how much I trust Secure Team 10. Yeah. I just realized we are over. Frapsap says L.A. Marzulli, he knows the guy. I have L.A. Marzulli's email, and we've talked in email a few times, Frapsap. I am going to definitely reach out to him, and thank you for reminding me, because I'm trying to get an interview with L.A. Marzulli as well. I want to talk about the possibility that these aliens and alien sightings are, in fact, demonic entities, as many Christians believe, including, I believe, L.A. Marzulli. And I think that's an interesting... could be an interesting part of the phenomenon that I would sure like to go and explore with someone like L.A. Marzulli. I really liked his Watcher series because I'm a Christian, and I've always been fascinated by tales of the Nephilim in the Bible and giants and angels interbreeding with humans, and he talks a lot about those subjects. So, yeah. Yeah, I understand that people are sending me additional videos. Maybe we'll do a whole show on that footage and try to do some analysis of it, right? B. Baker says, those were the taillights of a 72 Pontiac. Yeah, could be. So I just realized we're well over 2 hours, and live chat is starting to drop off, so it's a good time for me to drop off. I'm glad that we could come together again, and I'm glad that we were able to... I'm glad I was able to end my hiatus and come back. But I do want to mention some personal things, and that is, I mentioned that my children were going back to school. One of the other reasons I've been away is because I've been very busy with 2 children at home. Remember, they were supposed to go back to school, and they did for 2 whole weeks. And then my younger son got the sniffles, so he's out of school for 2 weeks. And my older son, we got a letter from school saying that he may have been exposed or was exposed to somebody that was COVID, that tested COVID positive. So he has to stay home for 2 weeks. So much for getting, my days back. I got a 2-week break at least. I'm thankful for that, where they were in school for 2 weeks, but now they're home for 2 weeks. And it appears to me that anytime either of my children, because they may make you... None of this makes any sense. Like, okay, my older son may have been exposed to COVID. So my wife contacts the younger son's school and says his brother may have been exposed to COVID. They're very close. They're always wrestling and touching, they're brothers. And they sit together and, whatever. Doesn't that mean that my younger son Xavier may have been exposed to COVID and he shouldn't go to school? And they said, no, you can send him. Great. So then we sent him, and then he was sniffling at school. So then they sent him home for 2 weeks. Now, there is some good news. My wife had both my children tested for COVID. And again, this makes no sense. Both of my children were tested at the same location at virtually the same time, one after another. We got the results of my younger son. His COVID test came back negative. But we are waiting on the results of my older son. But still, I believe, even if they both test negative for COVID, they still have to stay home for 2 weeks. So part of my inability to get shows together has been dealing with the children are going to be home now all day. And, listen, they're my sons. I love them, and I would prefer them to be home safe rather than someplace where people are infected with COVID. But at the same time, I'm like, they got to go to school. So, it's a balancing act here, a juggling act here, and I'm doing my best. I'm hopeful they'll be back to school, but I'm preparing myself for the worst event, which is basically I'm told, or talking to other parents in the school district, essentially anytime either of my children get the sniffles or anything, they're both home for 2 weeks. And this is going to be very disruptive. I don't think, I just don't even know what to say about it. But it is what it is. I'm thankful that my younger son tested COVID negative. But here's the thing. We didn't get the second ones back. We 6:30 in the morning yesterday got the younger son's COVID test back. Or 6:30 this morning, I should say. So my wife is like, maybe they did Zachary's in a different batch. And we'll find out if his test is positive or negative tomorrow. So I'm hopeful if one is negative, the other will be as well. If not, we're going to deal with it, whatever we have to do. Luckily, both my sons are more or less healthy, but I worry more about my older son because he has severe asthma. And we know that severe asthma can be a complicating factor in the current health crisis for some people. So, I'm very scared for him. I'm kind of pissed at this testing facility for leaving us hanging on the one that was exposed to the COVID that has severe asthma and would be most probably more affected by the current health crisis than the younger one who doesn't have severe asthma or any asthma or, issues like that. But other than the asthma, Zachary eats like a horse and is generally very healthy. So we're hopeful that, even if it is positive, he should be okay. But please keep him in your thoughts and prayers, both my sons and my entire family. And I will keep you and yours in my thoughts and prayers. This is a tough, it's been a tough year. And we continue to just roll with the punches here to try to get over this thing. And, I don't know. A few months ago, I was kind of over it. I was like, I don't care. I don't care anymore. I'm not going to sit in my house and self-isolate. I got to go outside. I got to do things. And we did a few things in the summer. Like we took the kids to a carnival and a fair. But it felt almost wrong to be in huge crowds of people. And I found myself, especially when people were walking right near me, a little panicky. And I naturally have some social anxiety, but it wasn't the social anxiety, it was COVID anxiety. Somebody was even standing behind me waiting for a ride, coughing right on me. No mask. And, there was a time before this current health crisis when somebody coughing behind me wouldn't affect me, but it did. I was like horrified. Like, why is this guy coughing on me? Cover your mouth, pal, But it is what it is, and I'm trying to deal with any anxiety about the current health crisis in positive ways. But I have to be honest in saying that I dealt with some of the current health crisis in negative ways previously. My alcohol consumption doubled since this started, right? And that's not healthy. And I'm definitely going to have to diet. I've been putting on some weight, eating a lot of comfort food and things like that. Just sitting in my house, right? I guess I have some health crisis related issues have developed in my life that I really should start dealing with. Yes, and Johnny T says it is hard when they are spewing it at us 24/7. Yeah, the fear. You watch the television and the hospitals are overrun and this is a huge crisis and we're going to have to decide who gets health care and who doesn't because the hospitals are overrun again. But then you get counter information that would seem to indicate that a lot of the news that we are receiving may not be entirely accurate. And things change, I mean, look at the situation and how much things have changed. Oh, you don't need masks. Oh, you need masks. Masks work. Masks don't work. It's just, you don't even know who to believe anymore. And it seems as if the time between conspiracy theory and fact is about 60 days, right? Some information comes out. People say, no, that's crazy. That's a conspiracy theory. About 2 months later, you find out that information is correct. And I don't know. I'm trying to mostly ignore the current health crisis, but I can't when my child gets sniffles and has to stay home for 2 weeks. COVID positive or COVID negative, And I could be wrong. I have to talk to my wife. Maybe once they both pass a COVID test that they're both allowed back. But from what I got, no, they have to. Just being exposed, they may not test positive, but they may still be a carrier and infect somebody else. And I don't know how any of this works. None of this makes any sense. Both my children's schools have completely separate and different policies for how to deal with these issues. My one son doesn't have to wear a mask. The other son has to wear a mask all day. None of this makes any sense. There's no standardization. There's no rhyme or reason here, which makes things very difficult. So, I just want to share that is one of the things going on right now, which may have me a little on edge and spending more time with my family and not worrying so much about this stuff. Because, all last week, I got slammed with people lying just lying and saying things I didn't say in that last interview, or being angry at me for interviewing somebody they don't want me to interview. And, I got to tell you, if you're going to get that butthurt and upset over somebody that I interview that you don't like, then this probably isn't the show for you. You go watch somebody else that interviews only people you like. What's interesting to me is I used to listen to Joe Rogan. Since he's been on Spotify, I'm not going to Spotify. I don't like Spotify. Sorry. I'm on Spotify. Truthseekers is on Spotify. I don't know. I don't like it. So, but when I did listen to Joe Rogan, sometimes 20 minutes in, I would go, I have no interest in this guest he's talking to or what they're talking about. And I would just change the channel, channel, you know what I mean? Change the stream I'm listening to, whatever. But I wouldn't send Joe Rogan 20 nasty messages to calling him a sellout, right? Because I didn't like a guest that he had. But that's the world I live in now. And I did get some time at the cabin to just think about everything that's going on. And I got to tell you that people, like I said, if your only line of attack to turn people against me is to lie through your teeth about things I never said, or assertions that I never made, or you're making assumptions claiming that I believe this person or that, then it's not going to be very effective to turn people against me when they tune in and find out that you're just lying to people, saying things I never said. As far as being called a sellout and the money situation, look, I have other sources of income, thank God. If I was trying to exist solely from this show, I would starve, my children would starve, my wife would probably starve. There's no way that I could keep my household afloat on the donations that we get here. So really, the donations make this a side hustle, a side gig at best. And I'm thankful for them. But for people to suggest, that I'm doing everything for money. If I wanted to sell, listen, if it was all about the money for me, we would have woo all day, woo all night. We would have people telling fake stories all day, all night, every single show with no evidence, no backup, with fake. I can book guests right now that have fake degrees who are going to tell you that they're a doctor that they're not, right? I mean, if the people that are being so critical are just ridiculous, because if I was doing this solely for money, ask anybody. I'm an all chips in guy. If I just wanted to go woo and make money, I'd have done that already. We have guests on that I think have interesting stories to tell, and we will continue to do so. And if you don't like that, this may not be the show for you. So I've said my piece about the criticism, and, listen, I guess the final thing I will say about the criticism is I listened to people's valid criticism, and some people said, you should have asked her this, or you should have asked her that. In a 2-hour interview, I asked her everything I could. I took questions from other show hosts that really wanted to ask her questions, but would never get a chance to because they're too critical of her on Twitter. I took questions from Scott Brown. I took questions from Erica Lukes from UFO Declassified. I took questions from Rich from GoofOn. Anybody that wanted to ask her a question that I'm friendly with that's a show host, I let them give me some questions. We did our best, and that's all that I can do. Yeah. And, I'm going to continue to try to do my best. But at the cabin, I was thinking about something that a mentor of mine told me is you got to just love what you do and hope that people connect with it. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? And he'd say, no matter what you do, half the people are going to like it, and the other half are going to hate it if it's too out there. They don't, whatever. And that's kind of like that's kind of where I'm at. I can't please all the people all the time, so I'm going to do the best show that I can do. And I'm going to continue to try to do my best to bring people the truth behind some of these strange conspiracy land stories and crazy conspiracy theories. And that's where we're at. And I want to thank everybody who was supportive, because the overwhelming majority of people were very supportive of that interview and my performance, if you could call it that, or how well I handled myself during that interview. I'm thankful for the people that enjoyed it and wanted to learn more about this woman. We're going to continue to cover that woman's story regardless of how it pans out, because I think it's a good story. No matter if the proof of the aliens comes, it will be the greatest story ever. If she makes up some excuses, the aliens left, the tunnel caved in, Wayne wouldn't let us go talk to the aliens again, whatever happens, it's still going to be an interesting story to me to see how it pans out. So we'll continue to cover that. So I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us. Especially want to thank all the kind and generous super chatters and PayPal donators and Patreon supporters. You truly do make this show possible. And, I even want to thank those people who are stupid enough to go on their shows and lie through their teeth and say things I never said to try to turn people against me. Because they're so dumb, they don't realize that people are messaging me going, these guys are lying. They're not even telling the truth about what you said. People aren't that dumb. And I'm thankful that some people that are talking trash are that dumb. Because lies are not ever going to get you what you desire. If your desire is to turn people against me and the only weapon you have in your arsenal is to lie and say things I never said, it's not going to work out well for you. And these same hypocritical idiots, went after me for having the audacity to have a tarot card reader. Suddenly I was a sellout. But their friends are allowed to do tarot cards, and they even show up sometimes to their friends doing streams, doing tarot cards. And what's the excuse? Oh, the chat's a social thing. I don't care about what they're doing on the show. But they don't do a show putting their friend on blast for having tarot cards, or their other friend on blast for using tarot cards in virtually every show. Those two people aren't sellouts. I'm a sellout. Great. People can see through that hypocrisy as well. And, I don't have anything more to say about any of these clowns. I do think it's interesting that the one clown show host who said that I was exploiting a mentally ill woman, after I explained to him that he was slandering me and that's against YouTube's terms of service and he could lose his channel for that, plus there's legal implications. First, he changed the title to Truthseekers exploits mentally ill woman for cash or something like that to Truthseekers exploits confused woman. So we already knew that he lied and can't factually establish that the woman is mentally ill that I'm supposedly taking advantage of. Then he just privated his video and he took it down because he knew that I was correct. And again, I wasn't threatening him or his channel. I was trying to educate him because this clown said that he was a veteran journalist and journalist researcher or something like that. And I told him, no veteran journalist would go on YouTube and slander somebody with made up facts because they would know better. And suddenly he takes his video down. Are the other people going to? No, because some people don't care. They'll just lie and lie through their teeth about me, and there was a time when I would invite them on the show and had done something like that previously. I'm not giving them the airtime. They can flap their lips all they want in their mom's basement or wherever they're, whatever. I don't care. I don't have time for the negativity. And while these guys are doing 3 shows, I think the one guys, they did 3 shows about me, about that one interview, milking that, right? And what they don't realize is people recognize the pattern. Start an online beef, trash talk somebody for 3 weeks. When that wears out, start a new online beef, trash talk somebody new for 3 weeks because we're too lazy. These guys are too lazy to do a good show So all they can do is trash talk somebody. That's it. They're not intelligent enough to, actually create a good show for people that doesn't involve that. And hey, in fairness, I do my fair share of trash talking, but we do our fair share of exploring strange, esoteric topics as well. And I think having that balance is good. So I'm going to get off my soapbox and bounce on out of here. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us. I want to thank our kind and generous benefactors, super chatters, Patreon supporters, PayPal donators. You really do help make the show. I want to remind everybody, if you're listening in audio podcast land, go to YouTube, put Truthseekers in the YouTube search bar. Look for that strange guy with the sunglasses. That would be me, Stephen Cambion, and hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell, and you too can come here and be a part of our live chat, which hopefully won't be infected by a hacker spam bot script and disrupted on our next show. You can come and be a part of our online chat. You hear all this interaction, you're missing half the fun if you don't come to the live chat. If you're listening in audio podcast land, you're listening to a repeat. And there's nothing wrong with that, but we'd like to invite you to become part of the Truthseekers live chat. So just search for Truthseekers, hit subscribe, smash that notification bell. And I want to remind everybody to please like, comment, subscribe, and share these videos. It really does help us with the algorithm. And praise the YouTube AI algorithm gods. Please find favor in us and let more people find us. Please raise us in the search engines. In Google's name we pray. Amen. That's my daily prayer. That's all I can do, friends. My life is in the hands of a YouTube AI algorithm god, a Google AI algorithm god. So I pray to that Google AI algorithm god every day and hope for the best. That's what I do. I pray and hope that the YouTube algorithm finds favor in us and our show and helps us raise in the search engine so more people find us. I'm very thankful when there's an audience. You always hear me say this. I want to thank everybody for being a part of mine, and I want to thank each and every one of you for finding us here. I'm glad you did, and I hope you are too. So until next time, friends, my name is Stephen Cambion. Good night, and God bless all of you.